Do you want to know how to build a successful life coaching business? Well, why am I answering that? I'm not a life coach, but hold on. I have a lot of clients who are life coaches, and I've really helped them succeed and build a thriving business. And I'm an entrepreneur. I've grown my own business, and I love helping people grow their businesses to be more successful. I'm going to share the specific strategies I've used with my life coach clients that have really helped them thrive. All right, so let's dive into this. To build a successful life coaching business, we need to look at your business in three different areas, okay? There's lead generation. Where do your coaching clients come from? How do you generate those leads? Sales and conversion, like how do you turn those leads into customers? And then fulfillment, like how do you fulfill on that? What does your coaching process look like? Let's talk about these in reverse order. Okay, I'm gonna start by talking about fulfillment. What outcome do you create? Now, if that's a new question, this is a powerful question. Now, if you haven't thought about it that way before, you need to think about the outcome that you create as opposed to, I provide coaching. Yeah, I'm a life coach. Do you want to hire me? Now, there is value in any type of life coaching. People might come to you and you don't know their circumstance, you don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but just having a session with you, if you are a trained life coach and you know how to guide them, you know the questions to ask them, that conversation should be valuable. But what I'm proposing is if you want to build a successful business, you need to go beyond that and not just say, I'm a life coach and you're going to talk about whatever people want to talk about, like an hourly therapist. I know you're not a therapist, but I'm just comparing it to it because people know what a therapist is or what therapy might look like, right? With a stereotypical therapy session, you're going to go and you're going to lay down on the couch and you're going to talk and you're going to share things. And the therapist is just going to listen, might ask a question here or there for clarity, but then you're going to come up with your own answers and you're going to feel great, like, oh, this was helpful, and then you leave. And then a week later, you come back and you're back on that couch again, and you're going to come back week after week. Maybe the therapist, or now let's take it back to coaching, okay? As a life coach, maybe you're charging $100 per hour. And you think, oh, wow, that's good. If I had a person come back for a coaching session every week, they're paying me $100 every week if I just build up a book of clients. That's the dream, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, no, that's not a business. That's being self-employed. That's providing a service. But if you really want to build a business, start by focusing on the outcome. So let's go back to my therapy example so we can talk about this. Let's say there's a therapist that helps people with arachnophobia. So instead of just having people come in and talk about miscellaneous things, you can say, hey, I have a program. I've helped these 5 people overcome their arachnophobia, and you are a fit. You are a fit just like they were to go through this program. And so let me help you. I have all these steps. I have these things, this process I'm going to guide you through. By the end of the program, this is the point. By the end of the program, the outcome is you will not have arachnophobia anymore, or whatever that outcome looks like. You will be able to hold spiders in your hand, right? So that might be a hard thing to come up with at first, or like, well, what outcome am I going to deliver? Well, yeah, that's the question. If you really want to build a successful business, then that's a big question to answer. Like, what do I solve? What is it that I fix? What is it that I can help people with? What process can I guide people through to get where? Like if you're just focusing on the process, you're just focusing on the features, but where are you guiding them to? And if you can have a destination, if you can have a goal, if you can have that outcome and you use your skill sets, you use your ability to coach to get them somewhere, there are huge benefits to them and to you. Okay, so let's talk about it from the perspective of the client or the customer, right? Why is it better for them? Well, they want an outcome. They don't just want therapy. They don't want the features. They don't just want coaching when they come to you for life coaching. They want the benefits that coaching can provide. So if you know what those benefits are, it actually makes it way easier to sell that to them, because you can be talking about, well, hey, do you want this? Is this what you want to achieve? Are you here and you want to get here? Well, then life coaching can help you get to this outcome. So they want it more, and you can put a price on it. You can put a price on the outcome. Instead of saying, I charge $100 per hour, you can say, hey, to overcome this thing or to achieve this goal, that's $5,000. And they can weigh that and say, yeah, that outcome, that benefit, definitely worth $5,000. Here you go. So here's a problem. What if you've never gotten somebody that outcome before? How could you possibly sell them or have confidence or have them have confidence in you that you could deliver that outcome? Well, here's a solution that I found, because years ago when I came up with my YouTube strategy, I had this vision. I knew what I could do. I knew the outcome I could deliver, but I hadn't done it yet. I hadn't done it in large scale, but I wanted to do it in large scale. So I reached out to a group of people and I found two. I found two people who would be a guinea pig, come up with a plan of that outcome, find somebody who needs that outcome, and give them your services for free until you deliver that outcome. And then guess what? You can show people. You can say, hey, look what I did for so-and-so. Do you want me to do that same thing for you? Wouldn't that be worth it? I mean, think about any career that requires a college degree or advanced education, like a doctor or an attorney or something like that. We go through years of learning. We go through all this financial investment. Or think of a business that needs startup funds. They use all this money up front to get to a business to a point where eventually it's finally profitable. Well, if you want to build a successful business, you've got to do some of the groundwork. And some of the groundwork might be get somebody that outcome. Give away your services to somebody for free. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 people. Build yourself a portfolio. Now, a moment ago, I gave the example of a $5,000 program to get rid of arachnophobia. Let's actually talk about the number. How realistic is a $5,000 program? If you follow the system that I teach on how to leverage YouTube to generate leads for your business, it's actually very realistic to have programs in the $5,000, $10,000 to $15,000 price range. But these are high quality leads that we're generating here. This isn't push marketing where we're just blasting ads in front of people. We're really developing a relationship. People know us. People come to us because they want to hire us. They're looking for coaching. They're looking for help, right? And so then when you paint a picture with these people of this is the outcome that I can deliver, it's worth the $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 investment that they make so that they can get that outcome. So coming back to this chart here, we're talking about fulfillment. We spent a lot of time talking about delivering outcomes. When you're going to build a business, you've got to build a team. So you're not looking at your business as I am the one-man band, I am the coach, but can I build a team? What parts of my business can I hire other people to do so that I can focus and I can stay in my lane? That's when you're really going to build a business, is when you build a team and you create systems. So when you're a business owner versus being self-employed, a business owner builds systems. The employee or somebody that's self-employed will then run their own systems. So if you create systems and hire people to run those systems, you could hire and train other coaches. You could hire people to do your bookkeeping. You can hire people to do your videography. You can hire people to manage your website. You can hire people to manage LinkedIn for you. If you think about where your time is best spent, if you're the coach, if you're the first coach, you've got to really refine your coaching system and how you can deliver that outcome before you can then create a system that you hire other people to do. Another area that you need to figure out is the sales and conversion process. What does your strategy session look like? When people have their first consult with you, how does that go? How do you find out their needs and where they are and where they want to be, and if that outcome is a match, if the program that you have is the program that they're looking for? They want that solution. So you've got to figure out the strategy session in that conversation. Now, we've talked about money a little bit here, say selling a $10,000 program. What does that cost you to deliver? If that program costs you $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000 to deliver, so that means you've got a $6,000 or $7,000 or $8,000 profit margin, that is a high likelihood that you'll actually be successful. But if you have a low profit margin, say it costs you $9,000 to deliver that outcome and they pay $10,000 for it, you're not going to succeed. Profit means that you're able to pay yourself and put money in the bank. You're able to build up savings, or you're able to reinvest in your business to get more assets and to grow. Lastly, to have a successful life coaching business, you've got to know where your leads come from. So answer these questions. Where do they come from? How are they handled? Like not just the strategy session, but when they come in, how do you get them to the strategy session? How many times do you email them? What experience do they have? What does your sales funnel look like? And what work is being done either by you or somebody on your team that will actively grow and bring in more and more leads? Like how do you grow the lead gen side of your business. So when I mentioned at the beginning of this episode that I've helped many life coaching clients build their business, I provide a lot of coaching on a lot of these things. As you can tell, we've talked a lot about the delivery of outcomes, but my expertise lies here. This is what I'm good at, and I have a gift for you. I want to offer you my book for free that will teach you this entire system. It's called A Hero's Guide to Influence on YouTube. This is what my life coach clients use to leverage YouTube to generate their life coaching clients. It's really in here step by step, and I've made this in color so you can see screenshots of YouTube. You know exactly the type of videos that you can create that will pull in people who've never heard of you before but need your services. So if you'd like to get a free copy of this book, you just cover the printing and shipping cost. Go to natesyoutubebook.com, and that's my gift to you.